Hello, everyone. This is Monica Paspanori. I'm part of North America Enterprise Pre-Sales Solution Engineer. Today, I'm going to show how to demonstrate CI/CD process as part of Azure DevOps. And I have already written a document, and you can see the document for a step-by-step process. But I'm going to show how you can demo it to your customer, or just for your knowledge purpose. You can see this demo. So as I'm walking through this document, there are so much information that is already available here. As part of the setup, we have completed the complete setup by connecting to pre-sales account. And in case if you would like to set up your own Azure DevOps to your own Boomi AdamSphere account, then you can follow this particular link, which provides all the information as a step-by-step process on how to set up your own Boomi AdamSphere account as part of Azure DevOps. So coming to this, this is where we are going to start. So this is Azure DevOps. Let me click on this. Which opens up an Azure DevOps instance, as you can see. So we have already did set up a project as part of DevOps, where it is connecting to the pre-sales AdamSphere account. So that can be visible via, like, if you go to pipelines, then click on library, then you can see there are a lot of parameters that are given in order to connect to our pre-sales account. And in order to connect to your own AdamSphere account, you have to fill these different parameters that is available here, and which has explained clearly within as part of the reference implementation document that I have shown earlier. So as you can see, I have provided account ID and name and auth token that is required. And in case if you would like to push any kind of code to GitHub, or if you would like to connect to any SonarQube, you can do that. So these are all the parameters that needs to be defined. So coming to DevOps, there are three things that we usually care about. So these are nothing but Boomi CI/CD CLI, Boomi CI/CD components, and Boomi CI/CD release. So CI/CD CLI has the information related to the SonarQube and what are the rules that has as part of the SonarQube. Then and also any kind of information regarding the templates or JSON profiles that you have deployed as part of the packages. Then you can see that as part of the components. You can see once you deploy or do any kind of code promotion, then it will extract all the XML components that are defined for your Boomi processes, and it will push as part of the folder and creates a folder. As you can see, this is one of the process that has been deployed to Boomi pre-sales account, and you can see the how the structure here is. And you can click on all these buttons and it will show all the XML components. And then as part of Boomi CI/CD release, you're going to see a test.conf file. This is really important, especially if you would like to perform any release pipeline as part of Azure DevOps. Then you have to ensure what are all the list of processes that you would like to perform as part of release pipeline. That is nothing but a code promotion. So if you have multiple processes, all you have to do is click on this or copy this one, and then have it as an array, and ensure that you provide a process name, and package version needs to be a unique number, and then component type needs to be a Boomi component type. Either it could be a process or API or whatever the component type that you would like to see as part of the release pipeline, and provide a good explanation under notes, so that anybody who is trying to look at all your deployments, they will have a clear idea on what are the versions that has been deployed. So once you have done that, then you're all set for in order to do any release pipeline. So here, first thing that I would like to change here is the package version. I would like to give a unique number which doesn't exist as part of my Boomi AdamSphere account. For this process, that version doesn't exist. And then once I'm done, I click on commit and updated it, and then commit this. And that's all you have to do as part of before you execute any kind of release pipeline. And you may ask, if you don't want to create any release pipeline, you may ask, how can we execute a simple jobs? Let's say an example. As you can see, these are all the jobs that has been provided here, where you can deploy a single package or you can deploy multiple packages, or you can run a process schedule, or you can do any kind of updates to environment extension, and so on. So these are all the individual jobs that you can perform. But mostly, most of the customers, they want this CI/CD as a release pipeline, because they want continuous integrations and continuous delivery. So that is a pipeline that you may have to create in order to show this to your customers. So I have created a release pipeline. Let me go through that. Click on this edit button, and you will see this is a CI/CD CLI, which contains the latest code that you would like to do the code promotion for. And then you can see the regular, as part of regular SDLC cycle, you actually try to develop things as part of the dev environment. And once you feel confident, then you move those objects into the QA environment. And then as part of the QA environment, you can do multiple test cases with the different levels of mock data. And once you're satisfied with it, then you may think of moving this QA code into production environment. But before moving into production environment, you want to ensure that there is certain approval process in place, so that the concerned authorities can look at whether it is, this particular process is allowed for the code promotion or not. So in those scenarios, you can set up that approval process right from here. As you can see, you can define when this has to be triggered. This has to be triggered after release, which is nothing but after dev QA. Then this has to be triggered. And I have a pre-deployment approvals which has been enabled. So you may ask, what exactly this pre-deployment approvals? Well, as part of the project settings, you can go to the permissions, and you can see the list of groups that are created here. So for prod approval group, there are list of members who are like concerned authorities, who can either approve or reject the code promotion based upon the outcome of the QA results. So my name has been already been added as part of the approval list. So whenever I try to or execute this particular release pipeline, and once the code is promoted to QA, and if it has to promote it to production, then I'll get an email to look at the request, and either I can approve or reject based upon the results. So we will see this how we can run this as part of demonstration over here. So I have taken a simple example over here as part of the pre-sales account. So this is my pre-sales account, which is nothing but ServiceNow to Salesforce, and where it's a simple Boomi process. If you are well aware of Boomi AdamSphere account, this is an integration service. So now I would like to do a code promotion from dev to QA, QA to prod, and I would like to execute the release pipeline for that. So I'll go to my pipelines over here, and I click on the pipeline that I have already created and click on create release. And as you can see, as part of the file, it is referring to con/test.conf file. And if you remember, we have provided what is the service that we would like to do as part of the release pipeline, which is nothing but SNAV to SFTC. And also we have provided the version number. So now my file is ready, and it is going to pull out the information from that particular file, and whatever the process that you have listed, it is going to do or it is going to perform the release pipeline of that process. So let me go ahead and click on this create button. So now, as you can see, it has been triggered a process as part of the release pipeline, where it shows dev environment, where it is trying to deploy to dev. And you can click on this release here and see how it is trying to deploy. While it is deploying, I would like to show something else as well. You may ask where you have set up the release or the environment variables. So if you click on the job task, I have given a bash script, and also as part of Azure pipeline, I have defined what are all the environment variables. So here I have defined dev environment is nothing but my remote build services. So remote build services is nothing but as part of the Atom management, I have an environment which is nothing but a remote build services. And I'm clearly defining this is my dev environment. And in the similar fashion, I'm defining what is my QA environment. I can click on this release pipeline and see which is test Atom Cloud. And you can provide the Git repo URL and SonarQube as well. And you can, in the same way, you can click on the production and click on the task, and you can see what is my production environment, which is nothing but application demos. So these are all the different environments that exist as part of my pre-sales account, and where I have defined what is dev environment, what is QA, and what is production. So now go ahead and see where the process has been. So it is trying to still go through all the code that we have as part of the CI/CD process, where it is going to check the SonarQube rules and also provide a violation report in case if the process is not meeting the standards as part of the set of rules that has been defined. So the rules can be like you can go to CI/CD SonarQube here, and then you can click on rules over here and click on quality profile, and you can see the Boomi XML. These are all the rules that has been set up as part of the SonarQube, and my core is going to execute against these rules and provides a violation report in case if it is not meeting the standards. So now coming back to my Azure DevOps, you see the dev environment, it has been successfully deployed to dev environment. Now it is trying to deploy to a QA environment. And I also received a request in order to do a code promotion to the production environment. So I should receive an email over here. As you can see, I have received an email from Azure DevOps. Deployment to stage production is waiting for approval. And you can click on this view approval, which opens up my DevOps pipeline. And then I can click on approve, and you get to decide whether you would like to approve or reject. So I click on approve button over here and then click on approve, and it is queued because it has to execute or do the code promotion into QA environment. So let's go ahead and see whether it has been deployed into dev environment, which is nothing but my remote build services. I go to deployment over here. So if you remember, this is a package version that we have given. So it has successfully deployed to remote build services, and then it has successfully deployed to test atom cloud, which is nothing but my QA environment. And if and once this is done, you should see a package that is getting deployed to application demos as well. So dev QA is done. So now the production deployment is running. As you can see, 3/4 tasks is done. So it has to finish one more task in order to push the code into the production environment, which is nothing but application demos. Give it a minute. And you can always check for the logs over here. As you can see how it has initialized and what kind of artifacts that it has downloaded. This is all the information that it has been provided, and you can check these details as well. And as part of the bash script, I have provided the command to execute that command line, and then it has provided me the log information of my release pipeline, as you can see. And then these are all the set of details that it executes behind the scenes when it is trying to do the code promotion from dev to QA to prod. Because if you remember, I haven't created any package, or I haven't executed any deploy job. Rather, everything is built as part of this pipeline, where once you are ready with your process, then you can kickstart this release pipeline, and that will take care of doing a code promotion. And that is what you're going to see in the real SDLC cycle, because customers tend to have different teams. The development team is different from the operations team, and the operations team will take care of all this CI/CD process, and where they are going to fully test the code as part of the QA environment, and then release it to the production, where they are going to have an approval process in play. So now it says it has been successfully deployed to production. So let me go ahead and do a quick refresh here, and it should deploy the code into application demos, which is my production environment. So as you can see, with the same package version that I have given as part of test.conf file. So this is a quick demonstration of CI/CD pipeline, and you can always go to repository and then click on the components and see what has been pulled down as part of the release pipeline, and you can see the sandbox over here, and I think this is the one. So as you can see, this is an XML component that has been pulled down as part of S0 to SFTC. And these are all the list of XML components. And then you can see the violation report as well. And you can click on preview, and you can see the process description was not set. So that is our rule that has been violated. So if I go to my build service, There is no process description. You can add a description in order to make sure that the role has been satisfied. So this is how you can provide a quality report based upon the Sonar Cube rules. Hope this is clear. Thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Monica.